Welcome back to The Jumping Mystic. This is episode 22. The notes call this external expression and embodiment. It's where the signal finally leaves the box.
I think this is where people usually get a little tight in the chest, though. Because when you say expression, people immediately hear performance.
Oh, absolutely.
They think, great, now I have to put on some kind of show, I have to be charismatic or do jazz hands.
And the notes clarify this right away because that fear is so real. But this isn't theater, it's physics. Think of it this way. If you upgrade a light bulb from 40 watts to 100 watts, does the bulb have to take acting classes to shine brighter?
No.
It
emits more light because the hardware itself is different.
Precisely. Expression is just the natural output of an upgraded system. You don't try to shine, you just are a higher wattage.
You know, the notes use that really specific parallel with Georgie Cooper to land this.
Yeah.
And for anyone who hasn't seen young Sheldon, Georgie's the older brother. He's not the academic genius.
No, not at all. He's the hardware genius. His gift is all sensory. He has this innate mechanical ability to hear differences in sound pressure. There's that scene where he just holds a tire and can hear the air leak.
The hiss that nobody else can hear.
Right. And that's the internal genius. That's section 3. He perceives the data.
So that's the input.
Correct. But the shift to section 4, the shift we're making today, is the confidence to simply say, the tire is leaking.
Without needing to find a tire gauge to prove it first.
Without even doubting the sensory data. See, internal genius is hearing the hiss. External expression is the removal of the filter. You don't think, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm hearing things, maybe I shouldn't say anything.
You just express the data.
You just say, there is a leak. It's an immediate transmission of truth.
That sounds like such a relief. You know, my shins are finally healed from navigating the garage in the dark, so I'm ready to stop bumping into things and just turn the lights on.
The shins are healed, the boxes have diplomatic immunity, and we are ready to broadcast. So let's look at the mechanics of this. The notes for section 4 give us 4 specific jumps, 34 through 37, that make this shift happen.
Okay, let's start with jump 34. This one is titled The Master of Expression, and the notes listed as a doppelganger jump.
Right. Now, for anyone new to the ARC map, a doppelganger jump doesn't mean you're hallucinating a twin or something. It's an identity calibration. You are meeting a version of yourself who has already solved the problem you're currently facing.
And in this case, the problem is what? Just keeping your mouth shut when you know something.
Well, the problem is the filter. The version of you in jump 34 has what the notes call bold fluency.
Bold fluency. That sounds a little bit like just being the loudest person in the room. I can hear the introvert's panic hitting the pause button right now.
No, not at all. It's not about being arrogant. Look at the archetype they give in the notes. Sheldon Cooper.
Okay, but Sheldon is famously difficult. I mean, he's not exactly a role model for social grace. He's blunt, he's rude.
Forget the social grace for a second. We're not copying his manners. We're looking at his wiring.
Okay.
Does Sheldon ever hesitate when he sees a pattern?
Never.
Does he worry that stating a fact is going to make him look weird?
No. If he sees it, he says it. It's totally instant.
That is the master of expression. It's not about arrogance, it's about efficiency. Most of us have this massive lag time. You have an insight, and then you run it through like 10 different filters.
Right. Is this smart? Will they laugh me? Is it even my place to say this?
That's the undernaming lag. We convince ourselves our insight is just a weird quirk or a hobby, so we swallow it.
And swallowing that insight, it costs so much energy. It just creates friction in the system.
Jump 34 removes that friction. It's the relief of just stating the tire is leaking without feeling like you have to apologize for having good hearing.
So it's less about performing confidence and more about the simple efficiency of truth.
Precisely. It's the difference between a filtered water tap that's all clogged and just dripping slowly and a fire hose. Jump 34 deletes the lag.
That lack of restriction seems to lead right into jump 35 then. Because once the voice is clear, the body has to follow. This one is the one who walks their design.
This is a timeline field jump. So we're moving from meeting a person to stepping into a future reality where this is already your normal. This is the suit up moment.
I love that visual. The notes use the Tony Stark, the Iron Man analogy here.
It's the perfect way to describe the sensation. Think about Tony Stark without the suit. He's a genius, sure, but physically, he's vulnerable. He's just soft tissue.
But when he puts on the suit, everything changes. He can fly, he can take a punch.
But here's the key nuance, and this is where people miss the point of Jump 35. Does Tony Stark have to concentrate on flying? Does he have to flap his arms?
No. The suit is designed for it. He just aligns his intention with the hardware.
Exactly. Jump 35 is about realizing your body, your physical presence, is the suit.
I think people get hung up here because they think walking the design means, doing power poses in the bathroom mirror before a meeting.
Please don't do that.
Just feels so fake. It's like, act confident and you'll be confident.
And this isn't acting, it's calibration. Have you ever seen someone walk into a room and it feels like the air pressure changes? They aren't strutting or being loud. They occupy the space completely.
Sure. It's like they have a lower center of gravity or something. They just look comfortable in their own skin.
That's alignment. That person isn't wondering if they belong in the room. Their internal blueprint and their external posture are identical. Jump 35 installs that reality. It stops the fidgeting, it stops the shrinking. You just wear your genius like a tailored suit.
It's immediate embodied change. You aren't trying to be the expert, you just are.
It's alignment. You aren't a brain in a jar anymore, you're a force in motion.
So let's track this. You're speaking clearly with Jump 34, you're walking efficiently with Jump 35, but you don't live in a vacuum. Eventually, you have to deal with other people.
Which brings us to Jump 36, the Genius Revealer. This is a collective field jump.
And this is where we stop thinking about me and start thinking about we. The notes call this the Missy Cooper effect.
This is one of my favorites. In the show, Missy is often dismissed as just the normal sister. She doesn't do physics, she's not doing math on the whiteboard.
But her genius is emotional and social intelligence. And you notice what happens when she's in the room. Her genius isn't just for her. It changes the entire family dynamic. She translates for her dad, she calms her mom.
She explains Sheldon to the world. She's a catalyst. And this jump introduces the concept of gamma load.
Gamma load. That sounds intense, like the radiation that created the Hulk or something.
It's close. Gamma load is that high stress pressure. It's the moment the project is failing, or the argument is heating up, or the deadline is in 10 minutes. Most people's circuits just blow under that kind of load.
They panic, they yell, or they just shut down.
But if you've integrated Jump 36, the Genius Revealer activates. Your presence becomes a tuning fork. When you hold your frequency under pressure, you force everyone else in the room to tune up to you. You don't just solve the problem, you upgrade the team's capacity to solve it.
Wow, that's a massive shift. It stops being about competition, like I have to be the smartest, and it starts being about activation.
I have to be the signal.
Yeah.
That's the shift. You realize expressing your genius actually amplifies the genius of others.
Which leads us to the final piece here, Jump 37, the mirror of infinite gifts. An archetypal field jump.
This is the ultimate diplomat, and honestly, this ties directly back to your garage situation.
My bubble wrap waving friend.
Exactly. Think about it. Why did you entertain their diplomatic mission in the first place? Why didn't you just throw the boxes in the recycling bin?
Well, aside from enjoying the absurdity of it all, I guess because they were asserting their own value. They wanted to be seen as archival history, not just junk.
And you honored that. You gave them status. Jump 37 gives you the eyes to do that for human beings. The notes describe it as entering a timeless field of deep perception. It's the supervision upgrade.
Supervision to see what exactly?
To see the hidden superpowers in other people. It's the ability to perceive the truth of someone's wiring, even if they're currently undernaming it.
So you look at someone who thinks they just have a weird hobby, and you see the truth. You see the embodied movement.
You see the sovereignty of their genius. Just like you decided to respect the box's bubble wrap flag, you respect the design of the person in front of you. You stop collaborating with their surface level confusion and you start collaborating with their deeper truth.
That completely changes how you work with people.
It creates enhanced connection because when you see someone's genius before they even do and you mirror it back to them, you're not just a colleague anymore, you're an ally. You're the ultimate diplomat because you're negotiating with their highest potential.
Okay, so let's look at this deck. It really is a complete progression from the inside out.
It is. Jump 34, you find the voice, you speak the data without a filter.
The master of expression.
Jump 35, you suit up, you walk the design, the body matches the blueprint.
The one who walks their design.
Jump 36, you activate the entire room. Your presence tunes everyone else up.
The genius revealer.
And jump 37, you recognize the genius in others. You see the truth they might be missing themselves.
The mirror of infinite gifts.
And I really want to remind everyone listening, these are permanent vibrational upgrades. We are not talking about practicing these behaviors until they stick.
Right.
We're not talking about faking it till you make it.
No, you don't practice gravity, you just fall. These upgrades are gravity. They become the new laws of physics for your system.
Once you turn that switch on, the light just shines. You don't have to remind the bulb to do its job.
It's amazing how we've moved from digging in the dark tunnels of the ant nest in Section 3 to now actually standing on the surface and broadcasting a signal in Section 4.
And that is the final thought I want to leave the listener with today.
Let's hear it.
We spend so much time obsessing over the station, our internal genius, our wiring, all those tunnels. But Section 4 is about turning on the broadcast. If you aren't broadcasting, how can anyone possibly tune in?
If the signal isn't going out, the radio just stays silent.
The garage boxes have their flag flying. They made a choice to be visible. So maybe it's time you raised yours. Maybe it's time to stop hoarding the signal and actually start transmitting.
That is the challenge. Raise the flag. Suit up. And if you want the tools to actually do that, if you want to access the guides and the specific music that helps lock these upgrades in,
You need to go to the source.
you absolutely do. Subscribe to the House of Mystics YouTube channel. That is where these deep dives turn into actual experience.
It's where you find the frequency.
Thanks for diving in with us. We'll see you in the next one.